In this website portfolio tutorial using GitHub and GitHub Pages, I'm going to show you how can you add more images to your GitHub Pages website after you haven't worked on it for a bit. You may have forgotten where you saved your repository or exactly how to connect Visual Studio Code to your GitHub Pages website portfolio. This tutorial will show you how to reconnect those and how to clone your repository so you can add new images. If you already have your repository cloned, you can go ahead and start adding images right away. The first thing to do is go ahead and go to GitHub and then sign in to GitHub. So I'll sign in. Once you're signed in, go to your repositories. Once you're at your repositories, you'll see all the repositories that you have. Most likely, the one that you want to get is the one that has your username.github.io. If I click on this repository, you can see that this is my example portfolio website. So I'm going to use this repository to clone and then add my images to. You need to prepare your images ahead of time. I've already done that. The next thing to do is to go to Visual Studio Code. When you open up Visual Studio Code, you'll see a little link here that says Clone Git Repository. If you do not see this screen, you can go to File, Close Folder, and most likely the welcome page will come back. So I'll click on Clone Git Repository, and then I'm going to click Clone from GitHub. We need to allow GitHub to use this extension. Then it'll go to GitHub, and then we can open Visual Studio Code app. And then we need to select the repository from GitHub. So here I'm going to select this one. Then it's going to ask us where we want to save our repository. I'm going to save mine right in my home folder. So I'll select this repository location. And then it will clone the repository from GitHub to your computer. Then I can click Open, and now I can see all my image files from the website online right here. Now I need to put my new image files into this image folder on my computer. To do that, you can use Windows File Explorer or Macintosh Finder. So here I have two Finder windows open. You can do the same thing with File Explorer, have two windows open. This is a directory or a folder with my new images. I have an image of cherry blossoms and some white flowers. This is my new cloned repository location. So I want to twirl out the image folder, and then I want to select both of these new images and drag them into the image folder. Once I do that and I go to Visual Studio Code, you'll notice that I have some changes to sync. That's because we already have Git working inside the repository. Visual Studio Code and Git detected these changes, and it says we need to commit those changes and then sync them to our remote repository. But before we do that, we actually want to add them to our portfolio website. So to do that, click on index.html. So here I have Begin Portfolio. And what I want to do is go ahead and copy this section. So here I have a gallery item, and right here I have all the things I need for my gallery items. If I wanted to make a different section, so I wanted to have more portfolio galleries for different types of flowers, I could do that also. But if I just want to add some more images to my portfolio, it's as simple as copying this whole section right here. So I go from div gallery item all the way down to its closing div tag. Then I can press Control-C or Command-C to copy. Then I can put my cursor right here inside that section, hit Enter, then press Command-V or Control-V to paste. I'm going to press Enter again and paste. Now what I need to do is change where this is going. So right now it's going to this flower. So if I delete this in the href and then I go img/, it'll allow me to pick the next item. Right here I have cherry blossoms. And then for the lightbox data, I can change that. I can change the description to cherry blossoms. And I'll make the title cherry tree. Then we also need to change the image source right down here. So I'll go ahead and copy this from the top image source. And then I'll paste it right here. And then I also need to change the alt tag. So I'll say an image of cherry blossoms. Now we just need to repeat the same thing for the next section. So here I'll go down to the gallery item, and on the first anchor tag in its href, I will go ahead and highlight this, And you need to go back and delete the slash. Then when you type the slash, this menu pops up and I can go pick the new item. So I know it's at the bottom. It's the purple and white flowers. There we go. And then I'm going to change the title to flowers. And then the description will be purple and white flowers. Next, I need to go ahead and copy this right here. So I need to copy the href, Command or Control C. Then I'll highlight the image source down here in between the quotes, press Command or Control V. And then I need to change an image of purple and white flowers. If I want to see what that looks like, I can click Go Live right down here. If you don't have Go Live, you need to install the Live Server extension, and you can see the previous video on how to do that. Here I have my website, but notice it says 127 up here at the top. That means I'm viewing it locally. So I want to click on View Portfolio, and here are my new images. Let's go ahead and click on them to see if the lightbox works. And yes, here is my title, and it says Cherry Blossoms. Then I can click here and go to the right. Here are my purple and white flowers. I can click this X, and everything is fine. Except if we go to our actual website, this is mutonaauthorton.art, and I view my portfolio, I do not have my new images. That's because we still need to commit and sync our changes. So let's go back to Visual Studio Code. So if we go to source control, you can see we have 3 changes. We have the 2 images in the index. So we need to add a message. So we'll say updated portfolio images. Then we can click the check mark, and this will commit our changes. Now, if you look down at the bottom left, you'll see 1 and an up arrow, and right here, sync changes. So if I click this, now it's syncing our changes. Then once you've synced your changes to your remote repository, you can go back to your website. Here I am at mutonaauthorton.art at my portfolio. It takes a second for GitHub Pages to update all of its servers. Once GitHub Pages updates everything, here you can see on my actual website, I have my new cherry blossoms and my purple and white flowers. So hopefully you can quickly add new images to your GitHub Pages website portfolio with this technique. Happy website coding!